Hello, Steve White, Steve White's 89. Well, we have news on the new Masters of the Universe film. Now, as you all know, it was originally being done by Sony, um, and there was rumours that Tom Rothman was trying to get something happening at Netflix, which is already doing the TV series, both of them, the 2D and the 3D. Um, and there is talk. Well, the date was moved. It originally had a date for March of 2021, and that was cancelled, and another film was put in its place, and it was looking more and more like the Netflix thing was going to happen. And now we seem to have confirmation from the Hollywood Reporter that Netflix is indeed producing the new Masters Universe film. They are going to start filming soon, and it should be, they're looking at a late 2021, 2022 release. So not sure how that's going to go. Now, Mattel Films was working with David Goya's Phantom 4 films, who did Krypton for Sci-Fi. Gower wrote the first draft of the screenplay, and he was in talks to direct, but then he's going to be producing along with Jason Blumethon, Todd Black, Julie Pistor, Devon Franklin, and Kevin Turan. The Nee brothers are attached to write and direct now, and of course we have Mr. Santinino. I can't pronounce his name. He's still attached to star, and he is kind of a Netflix darling. He did a couple of films for them. He's a bit of a teen heartthrob, and he's got a sequel to All the Girls, or All the Boys I've Loved Before, whatever that film was that did really well for Netflix. They're doing a sequel that's coming out soon, and then they're going to do a third film apparently. So it looks like he's going to stay. One thing I was hoping when they changed from Netflix was they might change the cast, because he's cute. I'm not sure if he can pull it off, and a lot of people feel the same. He certainly doesn't have any confidence within the fan community as far as I can see. And yes, they're planning to start sometime this year, and the goal is to have a late 2021, early 2022 release. Now, I'm not sure how I feel about Netflix doing it. I mean, part of me just wants it to get done. It's been so long. I mean, the original film was done in 87, I think. So what is that, like 32 years or something we've been waiting? But this one's been in production for at least 15 years. It started, it stopped, it's changed writers, directors. The idea, they were doing a Lord of the Rings style film for a while, then they were doing some horrible military version where a soldier was going to get sent from Earth to Eternia somehow and become He-Man and save the planet and rule the planet and everything. And there's sort of been so many versions, you just sort of lose track. They just sort of blend into each other. You just see production art and then new production art, and just I guess I stopped focusing until they actually said they had an actor, and they actually said were working on a script, and they started to talk about real production elements, actual people. So I started to think this one was going to happen. I really want to see it on the big screen. I mean, Netflix is great if the film is great, but I really want to see it on the big screen. I mean, I saw the original film shown at a movie house a few years ago, and that was great. So I have seen He-Man on the big screen. I was too young to see the original, but it just deserves the big screen treatment, and I don't want it to get the small screen treatment. But streaming is better than it used to be. A lot of movies that are being produced for streaming now are film quality. So maybe they can pull it off. Maybe they can do it. Look at something like Stranger Things, but that's a TV show, and Stranger Things does lose a little bit from just being on the small screen. It would be great on the big screen. Maybe it'll get a small theatrical release as well as a release at Netflix. I don't know if that would defeat the whole purpose, but as long as they just get it made, once they've got it in the can, they can do whatever they want with the actual release. Netflix probably wouldn't be opposed to some sort of theatrical release as well as their release. I'm sure there's some way that they could do. I don't want to give up on seeing it on the big screen, but I just want to see it made. That's basically what it comes down to, and I want it to be done. I want them to really recreate the universe. I want to see Eternia in detail and feel like it's the one from the TV series and it's really living and real. That's what everyone wants. They want to see the the real show, the original show brought to life and look realistic. That's what we want. The original film kind of skipped that, where they had like a war-torn Eternia, and we just saw a little part of it, and then the throne room of Castle Grayskull, basically. That's all we really saw. It looked amazing, but that's all we really saw. And then the rest of the film were on Earth to save money, and it worked because that was the story, that was the device. And I was hoping, and I think they were hoping, if it made money, they would make a sequel back on Eternia. I think that might have been the plan. But yeah, there's not much more detail. It just seems to be confirmed that yes, Netflix is taking over the production. Sony, we're not sure if Sony's still involved. I'm assuming Sony still is. They're just releasing it differently and partnering with Netflix. And Netflix has the money and isn't afraid to put the money into it, whereas Sony seems to be afraid to put the money in it to put it on screen. And that's the sad part, when they just don't have confidence in something. That's why it's been sitting in languishing in, what do they call it? Production hell? No. There's a term for when a film gets stuck in development hell. It's been development hell for 15 years, so part of me just wants it out. Just wants it done, wants it to be... But I'm so scared it's going to be wrong. It's just going to be woke as F, and we're going to have some skinny brunette, cutesy little He-Man, and it could go really badly, or it could go really well. Because the TV series, I'm still hearing rumours that it's all about Teela, and it's basically just a She-Ra series, but like, Teela instead of She-Ra, and it's really He-Man is secondary, but other people saying that's just, gossip and the haters are making that up, and I'm like, okay, I haven't heard any definitive word, but it just seems like focusing on Teela would be the way that they would go for all the shows and movies that we've seen recently. I just have trouble not believing that, but at the same time, there's nothing to really say either way how it's really going to go. I've heard a little bit of no, we're not going to go that way, but they always say that when they want to keep the fan base, keep the fan base engaged. They always say that, and then wait until they drop it, and then they turn around and say, oh well, if you don't like it, there's something wrong with you. So it could go that way with the TV series. I'm scared about them as well. The film seems to be more just a traditional He-Man story, and it's not going to have that sort of issue. But now it's with Netflix, it could go anyway. There's no telling what they could do. What they need to do is stick to the original story, the original look, and just give the fans what they want. Because new people don't know. Market whatever to them, they'll go see it. The old fans, just the current fans, just all the fans, they know what they want. Please just give it to us. I'm just hoping it works out. But yeah, there's no more information. We're just going to have to wait and see what the actual film's going to look like, who's really going to end up actually making it and actually being in it, if anything's going to change with Netflix. The assumption would be, now that they're in control, they would want their people to want to change things or want to determine how it's going to be made. But the one thing that probably might not change is the actor, because they already love Mr. Santino. Okay, I'm done. Thanks for watching. Feel free to share, comment, like, subscribe, everything. Comments are fun. Thanks, bye.